Hi, I'm Colleen Kiley. I'm a registered dietitian and diabetes educator here at Anne Arundel Medical Center Diabetes Center. Today I'm teaching you guys how to prepare rotisserie chicken 4 different ways. It's a quick, easy thing to grab from the grocery store or Sam's Club on your way home from work. And we're going to go through just 4 different recipes. So the first one, I'm going to go through how to cut up the chicken and a quick, easy plated meal with that. So when you get your chicken, it's always best to cut the chicken while it's warm, not super hot, but also you don't want to put it in your fridge and let it get cold because it doesn't come off the bone as easy. When you start with the breast, you want to cut straight down the middle, and then you're going to kind of come around the bottom half, and you want to cut that whole breast off in one hunk. Once you get the breast off, you can see it comes off pretty solid. I like to keep the skin on while I slice it, but then I always remove the skin once I actually am going to eat it. I just think it makes it easier when cutting to go through the skin. When you place the breast down, you want to just slice it in slices like this. It's going to make each piece more have more flavor and moisture in them because each piece will have that layer that's right under the skin. So then from there, I'll just take, about 3 ounces of meat, and I'll put it on my plate, and then I'll have usually some brown rice with it and then some broccoli. So for the brown rice, white rice is going to have less fiber than brown rice, so that's why we always try and select brown rice. But when we cook it the traditional way on the stovetop, it takes a lot longer. So again, with your quick rotisserie chicken, we want our rice to be quick as well. So Trader Joe's actually sells this brown rice that's microwavable, and if you're looking at them, you really want to just look at your ingredients, and you want your ingredients that are pretty simple. So here this just has water, brown rice, and rice bran oil. And you take the packet out, you cook it in the microwave for 3 minutes, and it comes out like this. And it's nice and soft, and it actually tastes just like white rice, but it actually has the fiber of the brown rice. So that is a great option. And then I want my veggies to be quick as well. So what I'll get is pre-cut veggies. When you buy like the whole head of broccoli or cauliflower, you actually are wasting more of that because you cut off so much that you're not going to cook. So it makes more sense to just pay and get it already pre-cut up. So I put that on a sheet pan, and then I preheat the oven to 425. And then I'll take this avocado oil and just spray the broccoli. And then I'll take this everything bagel seasoning. You can use any seasoning you like. I just prefer this one. And I'll just sprinkle it on the broccoli once it has the olive oil on it, and then I cook it for 12 minutes. And you'll get this nice roasted broccoli and rice and chicken. And that's your first meal. Alright, for our second recipe, we are going to make a chicken salad, and we're going to plate it with a garden green salad and a small fresh fruit. So first, when you take your leftover chicken from the night before that you just sliced and plated, you can either cut this up and prepare it that night, or you can do it the next day. Just depends what you're feeling up for. Sometimes I'll just stick this in the fridge like this, and other times I'll pre-cut it and just dice it up into cubes. Once you dice it up into cubes, you are going to add it to a bowl, and then you will dice up some celery. I've already prepared some celery, so we'll just add that. It's just however much celery you want. And then I dice up some walnuts and put those in. Again, this is just an optional recipe. You do not need to use all of these items. And then I'll put a little bit of cranberries in. Now keep in mind, these are dried, so all the water content is pulled out. So this is just a highly concentrated form of sugar. So you really want to be sparse when you're using your cranberries. Then I add a little bit of a little bit of mayonnaise. I like the squeezable ones just because I feel like it's more manageable to control. But you don't want to add too much mayonnaise. You can always start with a little bit and add more later. And then I just mix it up. And then once you have it a good consistency of amount of mayonnaise to chicken ratio to celery ratio to walnut ratio, everything that you prefer, then I go ahead and I add some Old Bay. Since we live in Maryland, you know, just feel like it makes your chicken salad taste that much better. And again, this is your choice of how much Old Bay you want to add. If you like it spicier, definitely add a lot more. If you don't like it spicy at all, you don't have to include it at all. And then you just mix that up. And then once it's all consistent, you will just add it. So either here we're gonna add it to the salad and just eat it from the plate, or if you want a piece of bread or some sort of roll with it, you can always do that. I selected here this Dave's Killer bread. I really like how one slice of bread is 13 grams of carbs and it has 2 grams of fiber. So whenever you're picking your bread, you always want to look again for a lot of fiber in the options. This is the thinly sliced one, so I prefer that. I was looking for low carb wraps, but even the low carb wraps still had about 20 grams of carbs, even when the label said low carb. So sometimes you just might be better off just using one slice of bread with your meal. And then here I cut up a small pear. So whenever you're picking your fruit, you want to make sure you're getting the smaller size fruit because it's going to have less carbs. And typically how I find those is buying them in the large bag. So like pears and apples and even oranges, when you buy them in the large bag as opposed to picking the individual ones, you'll get much smaller ones. And then also with nuts can be really expensive. So buying them in bulk at Sam's Club or Costco is always a wise idea because nuts last a year and you can use them as snacks or add them to, you know, the salad here or add them to the chicken salad. So that's always a good option too. Okay, so for recipe number 3, we are making a Greek chicken pita. And so again, with your leftover cut up chicken, same way, what you'll do is you'll take a whole wheat pita bread. There's lots of different stores sell these. I always find that I like to get ones that are soft, and I always want to get whole wheat for extra fiber. And then if you just take a few slices of chicken and line it in your pita. And then you can really add whatever you like. So you can add hummus if you like, and then you want to add it with vegetables. So here we're putting in some red peppers, we have some cucumber slices, and then you have some feta cheese here that you can put on top. And then we're going to make a little dressing that's going to go over top of this. If you don't want the pita, you can always make this over rice, or you can really just eat it on the plate with the sauce and the chicken and the veggies, and you'll be just as good. All right, so now for the sauce, you want to take Greek yogurt, just your plain Greek yogurt. I pick the highest fat yogurt just because I like the consistency of it, but you can choose whatever yogurt you prefer. I just recommend getting a plain yogurt, not one with a flavor. And you gotta pull off the little layer on top. And since we're just making a small amount for this pita, I'm not going to use the whole thing of yogurt, but typically you would. And so we just need a little bit of Greek yogurt. And then we need half a lemon. If you're making a larger size, you would use the whole lemon. You can squeeze it just with your hand and hold over to get the seeds before they fall in. You can use a lemon squeezer, and you just squeeze that to add your lemon juice. And then you want to add a little bit of lemon zest. So this is a zester, and you just take it and rub the rind of the lemon against it so it's on top. And it's really just eyeball however much you think you want in there. So that's how much I've added. Then we want to take any sort of soft herbs that you have. So here I just have basil and dill. You can add parsley, you can add whatever you have in your fridge. So for this, this is called an herb zipper, and so you just slide it through the little hole here, and it has a bowl on this side, so as you pull it through, it should collect in the bowl and come off of the stem. So, and sometimes it doesn't always work. So the other option, this is also a version of the herb zipper, but this has like a little knife to kind of chop them up. So you just want to dice up your herbs and get those. So here we're adding dill. And then we're going to add some basil. So this we don't really need too much basil. Again, it's a small portion, so I'm just using 2 leaves. And I'm going to dice these up with the same little cutter. And we'll mix that in. And you're going to mix it all together. And that is going to give you your dressing. And if it's too watery, we just add more Greek yogurt. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more to this. And that will help thicken it up. More of like a nice yogurt texture is what you're looking for, and consistency. And then just a little bit of salt and pepper, not much. Give it that final touch. And that's it. And then we'll put this over top of the pita. So again, we'll just drizzle this on top. And here you go. So you have your Greek chicken pita, nice, quick, and easy. And then here we've paired it with some hummus and some carrot sticks. So for our 4th recipe, we're going to be making a chicken baked ziti dish. So what you'll do is you'll add your rotisserie chicken, cut it up, dice it up, and just set it on the side. Then you will prepare your pasta, just follow the instructions on the box for your pasta. And then you'll grab your tomato sauce, and you can grab some spinach and some cheese. And then you'll layer the bottom layer with tomato sauce. And then you can do a little bit of spinach and dice up the cheese and layer that. And then once the pasta is done, just drain the water out and add your pasta, add your chicken, and then just keep repeating the layers till you fill the dish. Then I usually like to buy some fresh mozzarella to put on top. And if you want it to get that golden brown, you would broil the dish just for about 5 minutes. When choosing your pastas, there's a lot of different pasta options out there. It can actually be overwhelming. This dish is made with the bonza pasta. This pasta is made entirely from chickpeas, and the reason I like it is because it has a lot more protein than even this protein plus pasta, and it has a lot more fiber than just the brown whole wheat pasta. The nice thing about this bonza pasta, that even though it's made with chickpeas, it tastes exactly like white pasta and gives you that great mouthfeel that you're used to pasta being like. So this is a great option when you're looking for something that's not going to raise your blood sugar a lot, but still enjoying pasta. And this is your final dish once it's all done.